All right, welcome. My name's Rita Fleming. I'm a crown with our company, which means I've been able to step into a high level of leadership, and I've been able to link arms with my community to share solutions and be of service. And through this collaboration, I've been able to create financial sovereignty, not only for myself, but been able to help multiple others achieve that same success. And today we're going to be talking about building generational wealth, which is a subject that I'm really inspired and passionate about. And welcome everyone here. If someone invited you to this call, it's because they really deeply respect you as a person and appreciate you. So let's just dive in. What is the definition of generational wealth? And go ahead and put it in the chat, be interactive. But basically the definition is just wealth that's been passed down for multiple generations, from one generation to the next. And in the US, the top 10% of the population holds 76% of our country's wealth, while the bottom 50% holds just 1% of the wealth. And a major reason for that disparity is that transfer of wealth from generation to generation. And we are here as a collective and a community to change these statistics, to shift this narrative, and really contribute to closing this wealth gap. So financial freedom is a huge, meaningful core value of mine. Basically, it means having enough savings in your bank, in financial investments, and cash on hand to afford you the life that you desire for you and your family. And to me, it means being able to do what you want, when you want, in alignment with your values. So go ahead and put in the chat, what financial freedom means to you. I believe that financial freedom is a fundamental human right. Regardless of your race, sex, ethnicity, or educational background, everyone deserves to have access to financial liberation. As more people are able to create economic sovereignty, we're able to make choices that support the health of our communities, our families, and the planet. And this is how we change the paradigm and the narrative. So we as consumers, which we all are, we vote with our dollar. And I believe that businesses should be held accountable for their social, environmental, and economic impact, because businesses are the most significant drivers of our cultural narrative and of change. And here's a beautiful quote from Yvon Chouinard, who's the owner of Patagonia and one of my huge personal inspirations. And he asks, who are businesses really responsible to? Their customers, their shareholders, their employees? We argue that it's none of the above. Fundamentally, businesses are responsible to their resource base. Without a healthy environment, there are no shareholders, no employees, no customers, and no businesses. And this brings me to our second pillar, which is environmental stewardship. We, as a community, are only as healthy as our ecosystems, as the quality of our air, our water, and our soil health. And we can't talk about abundance without talking about nature. Nature is inherently abundant. More fruit grows on a single fruit tree than we have the ability to harvest or share with our communities. And I'd be curious to hear if any of you have fruit trees. My experience living in Hawaii, we could not keep up with the amount of fruit production, as many people as we could hand it out to. So getting back to the principles of nature is how we build an economically resilient future. Last year, an average of more than 3.95 million workers quit their job every single month. 41% of workers across the globe are considering leaving their jobs. And statistics show that this is due to a reevaluation of our values after staying home, but also people are feeling undervalued, underpaid, and are seeking that location independence. And I think it's essential that we look at how we earn our money and redefine how we value ourselves and our time. So this resignation has been an eye-opening and awakening that disrupts our system as we reevaluate what is important to us. And our current economic paradigm is failing us. 80% of Americans are in debt, and the average debt is $38,000 per person. And this doesn't include our mortgage debt. So something does have to change. Something does have to give. And when I found Purium, this amazing community, it was an answered prayer that I didn't even know that I needed. And through this Purium economy, I've not only been able to create financial freedom, I've been able to assist in my mother's retirement. I've been able to align with my deeper callings and passions, which is so important to me. And through this model, we're helping people step into leadership and provide a platform for people to build their dreams. And we work in collaboration, not in competition. Our mission as a collective, as a company, is to end human suffering. We have solutions for planetary health, economic sovereignty, and personal transformation. We're assisting people daily to gain access to nutrient-dense foods and build a secondary residual income stream for those who choose to. We have a powerful compensation plan, as well as personal and professional development. This community has not only transformed my personal life, it's also changed my health. These nutrient-dense superfoods have given me a level of athleticism and fitness that I hadn't seen in 15 years, which is really inspiring. And we as a collective, as a company, we also hold solutions to address glyphosate toxicity, support our gut microbiome health, and really have the power to transform our food systems. And if you've studied much about our food systems, you'll find that this is truly the foundation of our health and of our freedom. And so today I want to bring on a guest, Nicole. She's incredible. She just achieved the rank of diamond in our company, and she stepped into leadership for her team, and she's really paving the way for her community through her heart-based service. So Nicole, I'd love for you to hop on and introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. I am Nicole Brantley. I am affectionately known as the womb therapist. I help women who have fibroids, PCOS, endometriosis, and those who have trouble conceiving take the option of hysterectomy and other surgeries off of the table and truly get to the root of their healing, because a surgeon can cut out everything except for cause. And that was why my business was birthed, to let women know that they don't have to sit by in silence. There are options, there are solutions to the things that we're facing, and just really understanding how we violate nature and how we suffer the consequences of that as a result. So that is who I am.
Thank you so much, Nicole. And what gave you your yes to Purium? What inspired you about the company?
It was really a no-brainer for me. After thumbing through everything and looking at the ingredients, I was really amazed at the purity and the quality and the fact that I didn't find anything wrong. And so I was like, why not? Let me do this ultimate lifestyle transformation, see how I feel, see where it takes me. And it's been an amazing journey.
And what were some of your personal health results after incorporating this?
Day 3, the clouds parted. I got rid of brain fog that I didn't even know that I had. And so that was amazing. I had psoriasis on my left foot probably since I was like 11 or 12. That's gone. For my son, when his body would go into rest at night, when he would go to sleep, it would almost be like he had a hot flash, like he would profusely sweat. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's his kidneys, that's his adrenals, what's going on? And so I was gonna buy him all of these botanicals, and I was like, no, we have these new products, let's see how they work. And I don't remember when it happened. I just noticed it a few weeks ago. I'm like, oh my gosh, he's not sweating when he goes to bed at night anymore. So many different things have come out of it. He loves the cherry juice. He's awake in the morning, no more sluggish, sleepy, tired RJ. So it's changed our life in many, many ways.
Wow, that's beautiful. And professionally, how has Purium filled gaps in your life, or what solutions has it provided for you?
Wow, it's given me a tool to be able to work with my clients on a whole nother level. And I remember this in my business before when I first started studying and became a certified detoxification specialist, prior to me just being a wound care practitioner and educator and therapist. And I remember when learning that information, how I'm like, oh my gosh, this took me to another level. I'm helping to see my clients heal faster. Well, this 10x that. So I'm seeing my clients heal even faster because of what I already knew. And that is, we have our food is our medicine. And when we consume nutrient dense food in this way and we feed ourselves on a cellular level this way to regenerate our body, the results are almost immediate. I'm going to tell a quick story. I'm currently hosting a detox group right now. And there is one of my participants that said, oh my gosh, today is day 3. It was the morning of day 3 for her. And she said, I woke up laying on my stomach. And I'm thinking, okay, what does that mean? And she's like, I haven't slept on my stomach in years. I have fibrocystic breasts. They hurt so bad. This morning was the first morning that I was able to shower facing the water hitting me. And then the third one was the one that made me, tear up. And that was, I got to hug my partner straight on for the first time in years. And I was like, so, I mean, testimonials are always rolling out, but I mean, my God. And when you give the body right conditions, the alkalinity that flooded her body and gave her those results at the morning of day 3.
Wow. That's
Priceless.
profound. That's so beautiful. And that's something like improving the quality of your life or helping somebody improve their quality of life. You can't even measure that. Like you can't even quantify it. It just has so many implications from, like you said, the way that we relate to our loved ones and our relationships, to our mood. So yeah, that's incredible. And what's your deeper why or your vision, like your longer term vision with this platform and community? What would you like to create? Where would you like to head?
For me, I want more time freedom, right? So I had a little bit of that, but I'm shooting for having more of that. I want to be location independent. I want to go and live in Thailand for 3 months and not have to worry about how is this going to be taken care of or how is that going to be taken care of. I want to have what I want. I want to move how I want to move and know that I'm good. And to help more people, because I don't know if you've ever heard Tony Robbins say this, but to make millions, you have to touch millions. And I've always been in the helping field. That's always been what I've loved to do. So, I know the more people that I help, the better I will leave this world.
I love that, making a positive impact and then also creating your dream life in the process. I mean, that's what I love about, regenerative business or embodied business. It's a win-win-win situation. It's impacting your life in a positive way. It's impacting the planet in a positive way. It's impacting your community and uplifting them in so many different ways, which we've talked about. I love that. And why Thailand? Why is that your go-to?
It's just a bucket list place for me. Just the pictures, people that have been, the stories that they've shared. I'm just ready to go taste the fruit, really.
Oh, I love it.
And enjoy the warm.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And what are 3 things that you love about this company?
Wow. Whew, I've got to narrow it down. There's many loves. There's many loves. I absolutely fell in love with the mission when I first was introduced to the company and I heard Dave speak, and I'm like, he's bold. Like, put Monsanto out of business, end human suffering, because most people cannot envision that. It's just like the world's too big of a place. I'll never leave that kind of mark. People don't think that far. And the positivity and the boldness spoke to me. And I was like, wow, I want to align with something like that. And when you lock arms with people who are like-minded with you in that way, you get further faster. So I would definitely say the mission. The second thing would probably have to be the generosity. This is a very generous company in so many ways. The incentives, just how they reward you for helping people and helping people that you bring on. That was one of the things that really stuck out for me, was the generosity, the fact that we offer, $50 to $150 off of your first order, and just so many different things. And I love the way that the CEOs are both in the trenches with us. They're not Thanksgiving orders, they're very much in this. You know, I see their faces every week. And so I loved that because it lets you know that they're so down to earth. And I love people that are down to earth. And it just speaks for the company and why it is the way it is because of who's leading. So that would be my second. And the third would probably be the products. I absolutely love the products. My life has changed because of the products. Energy wise, that's one of the reasons I love this company so much. I was always tired. I was always fatigued. I was like, oh, I can't wait to get in my bed. You know, now don't get me wrong. I'm good with a 4-hour workday, and that doesn't need to change. But I don't want to be like looking forward to it so that I can go and get in my bed. And I can tell you, the last few months, I have not been like that. I have not actually. I've been getting to my bed pretty late. So when I get there, I appreciate it. But I love the energy, the vitality, just all of the things that have come together for me as a result of releasing that brain fog and not being a procrastinator anymore and not putting things off to the side. You know, I used to beat myself up for being a procrastinator, but I'm like, you were tired. You know, now that I have the energy, the mental clarity, the mental acuity, like it's so crystal clear. Everything I see is different now. I'm seeing stuff that I never seen before driving down the road. So my life has changed energetically. And for that, I'm super grateful.
I love that. Have the colors gotten more vibrant?
Yes. And everything is just so crystal clear. Like, oh my gosh.
I know the feeling. I love it. And just out of curiosity, what are a couple of your favorite superfoods that you've tried so far?
So far, I absolutely fell in love with our cherry drink. That one woke me up in the morning, in the middle of the night, the first couple of weeks, a couple of times during the week. And I'm like, 4 o'clock in the morning for poop? Really? A Papa Cherry? So, but I'm telling you, the more I released, the clearer I was, you know. So we know that when you clean that colon, the head cavity can drain. And I had a couple of those healing expressions where my head cavity was draining, but the more it drained, the clearer I was. So that's one of my favorite. I absolutely love Aloe Digest. I think I put it in everything. I just love it. I absolutely love it. And I would have to definitely, and I love Epigenius kids. And I would definitely have to say our formula that gets the glyphosate out of the belly, because that's the product that I know that changed my life forever.
Yeah, absolutely. It's amazing. And just to even bring awareness to and education to that topic, that's profound. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as personal and professional development goes, something that I was really surprised by after joining this company was how much personal evolution, inner transformation, mindset work. I just felt like it was an accelerator to my own personal growth. What are a couple takeaways or things that you feel like you've stepped into in your own personal development since being part of this community and company?
Well, I looked up and I had 12 brand partners, so I had to get it together and quick. um, but I've stepped into leadership. I've always been a person, that was big on personal development, whether I listened to a podcast or read 10 pages in a book. So that's always been my thing. I do love the community. That is one of my reasons why I joined as well, is I love the community that it offers. I love to be in community. So.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And what has been one of your growth edges or your challenges, your learning curves?
My learning curves. Learning, just getting everything organized in the beginning. At first you're overwhelmed. You're like, okay, where do I start? What just happened? What meeting am I getting into? So getting organized, but like attending the trainings and just learning the way so that I'm able to do that for the people that I'm leading. And that's probably been the best thing that I could do because I learned a lot in a very short amount of time. I surprised myself. So just being acclimated with the community, staying plugged in, understanding on a deeper level glyphosate and the soil health that's connected to our health and the health of the earth. So many different things that I've learned. I truly love that we have the amount of training that we have because we afford people thousands of dollars worth of personal development for absolutely free. So there's so many different things. But the learning curve was not a bad learning curve. When you get plugged in and you follow the money map and you listen to Leslie Zann and you get your strategies down, I think it's the reason that I was so successful in a short amount of time. And I absolutely adore the community for the support that they provide. My team is amazing, amazing, amazing. Especially this last run that I just did. I was just like, I probably wouldn't have done this if I didn't have that support. Everybody was encouraging, checking in mid-month, all of those things. So I absolutely love that as well.
I love that. Yeah, the community is so huge. I used to be a solo entrepreneur, and it's tough when you're constantly kind of paving the way by yourself and having, success and blueprints of roadmaps of things that work, systems in place.
Mhm.
It's transformative. Yeah, that's
Very
amazing.
much, very much. And I can see myself like not doing that like in the near future here, because it's a cap, when you're one-on-one with people. And I love helping more people. I love the one-to-many model, so we can help so many more people from a different aspect. And it's not bad financially either. I mean, it's a win-win. So people are out here looking for solutions. People are overworked and underpaid. People are, really exhausted from exchanging hours for dollars, and they don't even know what it is that they need. They don't know that this even exists. And so to be able to bring that to people is huge.
Yeah, I agree. I love that. I know I didn't even know I needed this or that it existed until I found it. So I'm so grateful that you came to this community and you're sharing your passion and your background and your vision and helping so many people to be successful by really leading the way and embodying that and plugging into the systems and the support and the education and the community. It really is all here for us. Yeah, so thank you so much. And just a final question for you. What does financial sovereignty or generational wealth mean to you or look like to you in what you're building?
Okay, it means leaving behind, plenty for my children and my grandchildren and their children. I only have one son, so he would love that. He's very entrepreneur minded right now. He's like, "Mommy, I've asked you and my dad to start my business for over a year, and you guys aren't doing it yet." So we're
Amazing.
actively working, right? So this is going to free me up so that I can help him start his business. He's 7 years old. He'll be 8 this month on the 19th. And so we're getting everything in the background together for that. And he's like, when I get home from school, I'm going to be able to ship and pack my own stuff. And I'm like, good, you're going to need that. You're going to need to do that because I don't have time to do it. But, teaching my son the things that I learned late, teaching him those things early. That's one of the things that I always say, even in health, we need to.
Oops, you got on mute. Oops.
It muted me. I'm a proponent of saying, what we learned late, let's teach our children those things early. So whether that's health, whether that's entrepreneurship, whatever it is that you felt like, wow, I wish I would have learned this when I was 12 or when I was, whatever age, because my life would have been completely different. So teaching him those things that I don't know, leaving behind not just money, but, teaching him how to properly make money, invest, and do all of those things so that your money is sustainable. It keeps making money for you. I'll tell you a quick story. It's going to make everybody in here laugh. I kind of don't want to tell it, but my son was in pre-K. So this was his 5th birthday. We were in his classroom doing a birthday party. Sung happy birthday. He had his vegan donut cake, and they go, make a wish. And he goes, I'm so happy and grateful that money comes to me now in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. Ashe and amen. If I had
Amazing.
found a table to crawl under, I was like, oh my gosh. And one of my friends that was there was like, if that ain't your son. But I mean, he's watching me, he's listening to me. I mean, to get to Diamond, I was affirming that the entire month. I am a Diamond in Diamond Club. I am going to California in May of 2022. So he sees me speak those things. He sees, just how I live, and your kids, they live what they learn, so I always want to make sure I'm a positive example. I'm not telling him, oh, you can't do this, this, and this, and then he sees me doing it, so not being hypocritical. But generational wealth means leaving behind enough for my children and my children's children and their children to be able to do what it is that I'm working towards doing now without having to work so hard to get there.
I love it. Oh my gosh, so inspiring. Yeah. Thank you. That's brilliant. And it's so true. You know, you really stepped into this blueprint of success. Like, I am claiming this, I am doing this, I believe in this, I'm stepping into this. And that is creating such a powerful role model for your son and for the next generation. So, yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you for being a leader in that way as well.
Thank you.
Yay. Well, I appreciate everyone being here. And I appreciate you, Nicole, sharing your story, sharing your passion, your background, why you're doing this. And if any of this resonates with you, if you're listening and you want to learn more, please connect back into the person that invited you, because there's so much education here, so many resources that you can plug into to see if this is also an answered prayer for you or a potentially good fit. You know, if you're wanting to make a positive impact in the world, if you're wanting to change the paradigm of business, change the paradigm of our economic reality, you know, support disrupting outdated systems, support stepping into positive solutions. If you have a vision or a dream that you want to make a reality, this is an incredible platform to make that happen. And it has definitely helped me. Every single vision I had in stepping into this community and stepping into Purium, I've been able to create all of them. And now I'm just like, okay, what's my next vision and dream? What is this legacy that I'm stepping into and that I'm leaving behind? So yeah, thank you so much, Nicole. And thank you everyone for being here. Again, please just connect into the person who invited you to learn more. And we'd love to support you in this mission and this business and this community. Like Nicole said, there's so much support and so much care here.
And it's totally possible. When we met, Rita, just you sharing, like, I've knocked off the first few things on my list that were my dream list. And I'm like, oh, I'm in. I'm in. And if you follow the system, it works. And you know, it's able to allow you to truly live the life that you want to live. You know, and it's nothing like helping people. We're surrounded by so many sick people. It breaks my heart. But to know that I have a solution makes it better.
It does. It does. Yeah. Transforming our food systems is powerful. It's powerful. Well, thanks for being a light and sharing all that you do in your education and your service. And I just look forward to seeing what you do next and to see where you take this and all the people that you help from this point on moving forward. And I can't wait to see you at Diamond Club.
Yes, can't wait. Thank you, Rita.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you all
welcome.
so much. Aloha.